I don't
fairly disappointed. There's no shirt with cum splatter all over it like the pills.
I fought on the other side of the battle on this one.
I was all about it. I wanted the stains.
I can't get a win. God damn.
And I thought it was important to launch the merch tonight because $1 from the sale of every piece of merchandise goes to a Dr. Disrespect victim.
That's so legally binding.
In actuality, no dollars go to Dr. Disrespect victims because there are too many of them.
No,
yes.
I'm more of a bootstraps guy when it comes to charity. You know,
oh yeah, they should.
We're going broke here, paying off these victims.
Yeah, pull up your bootstraps.
Every day a new one.
Yeah. So but you were telling me before this, Kyle, that everything turned around and he's back in the good graces of the online.
No, not that. It's the other thing.
Did more stuff happen?
More stuff happened.
I was right.
So yeah, of course, just to catch anyone who's not an internet loser like us up. Dr. Disrespect, it turned out, had been sexting some minors back in 2017, or a minor back in 2017, allegedly. And that's why he was kicked off of Twitch, and they had the big contract dispute and everything. And now it's all coming out because a Twitch employee, I think, kind of came forward publicly. And that started this avalanche of other stuff coming out. And then Doc has to make this big apology, and he does an apology stream and a big apology tweet. And I don't think any of that went over super well.
The editing of the tweet I thought was a fun little twist. Like he's like, I may have been texting a minor and it trended towards the inappropriate. And then he removed minor and made it like individual or something. If that's not right, it's close.
Yeah.
But he didn't realize that on X now you can see the tweet edits. So you just click on like the original version and see that it said minor. So he added minor back in there.
Back in.
A bad look to I guess putting it out there. And covering it up is even worse than just putting it out there.
Well, it was quite the screed of a tweet, so I can see how you miss a minor detail like that.
Yeah.
The guy writes more than J.R.R. Martin.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I was reading through, and I'm like, why is he spending so much time on the food and the feasts on this, on this confession? The pork pie was delicious. No.
Yeah. Dude, so I've disliked this guy for 15 years. He came out of the gate hating on X-Jaws, who I was real familiar with at the time. He railed on me and my family, which for no reason I've still never spoken to Dr. Disrespect, but he had it out for me. So I'm just enjoying fucking Dr. Kid Inspect's demise, aspiring pedophile. The short of it is he's messaging child anyway, and trying to meet up with them at TwitchCon. And this is the TwitchCon where he cheated on his wife. So he was just hound dogging it, like trying to set up, a station without his wife.
2017 was the year of the Doc. Okay. Yes. He was out there slamming brewskis, sexting minors, ripping off transsexual cam girls, like anything he could do. I mean, he's probably gripping it right now.
Filming in bathrooms.
He was getting free cam shows. And, dude, I wasn't even familiar with the masturbatory slang he's in there. She's like, you want pictures? And he's like, I'm gripping it right now.
Well, hang on. We need to back up just a second and explain what we're talking about with that.
I need you to fill me in. What about...
Yeah. I mean, you could show her Twitter, Zach. This girl isn't shy about, what went down. You could show what this person looks like. There's a selfie of her and Doc together. I'll send that to you, Zach.
Can we on YouTube? Twitter's a lot faster and looser with the nudity rules than YouTube.
There's no nudity. I don't want to show nudity. First of all, thumbtack in that. Remind me to come full circle on YouTube and its nudity policy, because that's my new favorite porn site.
I know where you're headed on that. Wait, is that the girl? That's not how I remember her. Is that her?
Well, yeah, that's her. Okay. I mean, there's another picture that I just put in the WhatsApp that maybe he can drag over here somehow with the wonders of technology, and it's them together. Like posing at a con or something, probably the 2017 TwitchCon. But I guess he was. There you go. That's the one.
See, she looks a little more drag queeny. This is like the one I saw.
Yeah.
So what's the story behind this? Fill me in.
Well, I guess that he was telling her he could get her in the partner program, and I assumed the Twitch partner program. Yeah. But who knows? That's where you think he'd have the most pull. If she gave him some free cam shows, and I guess she did that, and then. You can block somebody on Twitter, but that doesn't delete your DMs. Those are still just. So she went ahead and was like, "Oh, are we filing on Doc this week?" Let me tell you. You don't even
Here's
know.
my history. And it's funny. He's
Yeah,
like, I'm
your
gripping it
reins are
right
cool.
now. I think it was a different one where he's like, are you ready to see the doc explode? If this isn't
Damn.
exactly right, it's close.
He did not refer to himself as the Doc.
I hope he did.
I didn't mean to mess it up, but I probably did. But,
I'm hoping that he did, because that all right, like all this stuff is
it's the
like,
explode stuff, man.
first of all, like I don't.
Well, this seems consensual. They were just
Yeah, these are adults.
Yeah.
But the only
He was
person who didn't
cheating on his
consent to
wife.
this was his wife. Yeah,
yeah,
but,
that's not cool.
But he and
He was the only
the
one old enough to consent.
trans lady, I guess. I don't know what.
Yeah,
I'm a
it's
little
trans
con-
lady. Yeah,
So she was born a guy and she
Oh.
switched over to being a girl.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, okay.
absolutely, yes, that. Trans.
Is this
women.
even a big enough deal that it's getting traction right now in the doc
It's
drama
just-
world? Or
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah,
Because it,
you know, all right. So the blood is in the water. That's what you got to understand. So everybody is like, "What else we got? What else we got?" Like the information cycle on TV is 3 days. On the internet, it's 30 minutes. What else you got? Well, we got this reaction video. Nick Merckx didn't react exactly correctly, so let's pile on him. Like, anybody who like steps out of line a little bit, like, let's see what this person said about it. So I felt like I've been inundated with it for the last day or two, just because I'm on Reddit so much. And we've been trying to get permission, or me and Chiz have to play the Dr. Disrespect diss that Pack God made. If you go to Pack God's second channel, you may not know him, but it's spelled like it sounds, PACK God TV. Oh my God, he's got a Dr. Disrespect little riff there that is fucking hilarious. I'm hoping we get permission to play that.
how does this end for the doc?
he says
Based
he's
on his
coming
long
back.
tweet, he
And he's
said
done it
nothing illegal.
before. But coming back from being an aspiring pedophile is harder than coming back from being a cheater. Like, this is a taller order than what he's done in the past. He might just fucking shack up with P. Diddy and call it a life. I don't know.
Oh,
You think because I mean he's probably 8 figures wealthy. He was one of the biggest streamers in
Yes.
the world for
I
a
would
long
I would agree with that estimate. Yeah.
Woody not pulling any punches this week, as you can tell. Jeez.
Oh.
If only he was this real with wings.
Yeah, I can tell. I don't think Woody likes this guy one bit.
I've been trying.
like,
This is reserved.
can I just say, like, I've also never had an interaction with Dr. Disrespect. He's one of the few people like that I haven't that's kind of been from our circle or like that part of the internet or whatever.
Mhm.
But I don't hate him. You know, I don't like what he did to you. That makes me be like, oh, this guy.
It's part of
But,
where my grudge comes from. I'm like,
yeah.
another guy just coming out of thin air, like after me for some reason.
But
So you don't like that he came at Woody, but you're okay with all the recent happenings.
yeah. I mean, I stand with the Doc. Okay, I want that to be known. It's just me and him, just back to back.
You and Doc against the world.
I'm in
Did
a
they take
kung
your
fu
bulletproof
stance.
vests? You both need them.
He throws one over his shoulder at me and says, "Buckle up, buddy. It's gonna be a rough ride." And I'm like, and we're fighting off the woke media and all of these foods out there.
We're
Yeah.
anti-kitty diddler.
Woke and the conservative media, the media and people.
All the media.
No, it's just that, like, I feel like aspiring pedophile is a little strong.
Well, he did try. He intentionally
when Woody was
sexted
starting
with
to
a
think.
minor, right? That much is locked in. And
It would have been legal in the UK. You know what I mean?
but in California, it's not.
Yeah,
so
no,
he
it's not.
illegally
Fucking red coat
intentionally
trader.
sexted with a minor and tried to hook up with this child at TwitchCon.
Child.
And part of it comes from like being a father myself. Like, I am so thankful that my daughter never bumped into a groomer like Dr. Disrespect trying to fuck her as a child at TwitchCon. Like, that is
Jesus.
every parent's nightmare. So that's what these
Understandable.
guys.
It
So,
was a
Kyle, it
minor
seems like-
Problem. A minor mistake. Okay.
Dude, he's just bad at math. No, it seems like it
Damn.
might be just you in his corner. It looks
just-
like
just-
everybody doesn't like him.
Yeah. Like I said, we're
Everyone's
up on that
supposed to be a
mountain.
big
We're up on that
problem.
mountain, just back to back, surrounded by oppressors. And
Oppressors.
yeah,
You see everyone trying to colonize Dr. Disrespect.
they see
for
a
his
6'8", 42-year-old man wearing body armor, a wig, and glasses with a weird mustache, and they say, I don't know about this guy. I don't think I want him with my 17-year-old daughter. And I say, bigot.
17.
Bigot.
It's posh.
That's a tricky thing. There are a lot of
17. I hope it was 17.
That he hasn't locked in. So his apologists are like, the kid was probably a few days shy of 18. And you don't know, maybe the kid said all the sexy stuff and Dr. Disrespect was just giving her business advice all this time. Meanwhile, Dr. Disrespect hasn't said anything like that. I think he's afraid that the contents of the conversation will come out and prove him lying again. And I say again, because he spent years pretending he had no idea why he was kicked off of Twitch and Discord.
Yeah.
When
that's an NDA.
He said he didn't know why. Like that's not. It's not. I can't talk about why. It's. I think.
You lie when there's an NDA. If I say NDA, you like. You're like, oh, it must be the worst thing possible.
When you said that's an NDA, it made it sound like he wasn't able to talk about it. He could have said, "I know what I did, and we're going to keep it quiet." But he's like, "I have no idea." His line was, "There are purple snakes out to get me." That's what
he lied because there was an NDA, because he can't be exactly forthcoming, and what's forthcoming doesn't sound good anyway, but sometimes an NDA is just like, they were fucking me over, bro, and I have to keep quiet about it, and they paid me off. So like, you never know. But I think in this case, clearly
covered on
wasn't
PKN. That. Like, if he clearly isn't hamstrung totally, because he wrote a fucking book about it on Twitter, and within that, it's like he showed the extent to which he could talk about it, and well within that extent would be him stating, she said she was 24 and I was befuddled and I didn't know, and like he didn't say any of that.
It's possible that
to believe that's not the case,
or that the NDA isn't, or that the NDA isn't binding because a Twitch employee leaked that information. Like maybe there's a clause for that if your side comes out, this looks bad. Look, I love a whistleblower, but man, I hope that guy's okay. I hope he's not like. Whoever that was that came forward and released all this information, hope he's safe somewhere.
Are there a lot of people still staying in Doc's corner? But what I've seen, pretty much everybody's like, well, fuck this guy.
I think it's just him and Kyle.
It's just us. It's just us.
Him and Kyle pretending right now.
When this story broke, Bloomberg did some actual investigative reporting and has confirmed from 3 different sources that he was sexting with a minor knowingly. And that there are a lot of people who were kind of making up scenarios where it would be less inappropriate aspiring pedophile behavior, but that is not the case. Yeah, he doesn't have much of a defense on this one, it would seem, according to Bloomberg.
It doesn't seem like it.
And they're triple checked sources.
It just doesn't make sense why he wouldn't have addressed it differently if it was a more favorable situation to him, because he would have been trying to get out in front of it if that was the case and be like, oh, let me clarify some stuff before anything gets wild. But he didn't do that.
He's like, I'm gonna leave. Where's P Diddy? That's where I want to be.
The word minor in and out, which is
bad look.
Such a key part of that. Do you think he was reading it afterward and he's like, ooh, this does look bad?
Honey, take a look at my apology video for the minor. What do you think? Ooh, you didn't write minor, did you? I mean, she was, clearly. I mean, I knew it. You knew it.
One of them.
Twitch knew it. That's the other thing. Can we just talk about, everybody's piling on Doc about this, rightfully so, but don't forget,
where's
Twitch has been keeping quiet officially that this massive streamer was sexting underage girls on a platform full of that. And issues with that. And like sexuality and children commingling in this awkward weirdness that is Twitch. If you go, we've talked about it before, the cam girls and and all the crazy shit that goes down there. And it's like, man, this is not about kids and video games. But you're pretending like it is. And there are kids in here watching you show your camel toe and bounce your ass. It's pretty wild what goes down over there.
Twitch did talk about it a little. I have the Rolling Stone article in front of me. And here, I'll just read 2 paragraphs. The ex-Twitch employee has also provided Rolling Stone a more detailed account of internal conversations at Twitch following the report of Dr. Kidden Specs, I added that, messages to his subsequent ban. They say the details of Beam's case are coming out because Connor's explosive tweet last week. Cody got the ball rolling Me and many of my former colleagues are comfortable speaking up now because of it. Our priority has always been the safety of the victim and to keep their identity secret. As some of its streamers faced a flood of sexual misconduct allegations in June 2020, Twitch created an incident response team known as Gold Sparrow to develop a process to investigate and take action on the reports as one unit, the former employee says. We wanted to be able to process mounting investigations quicker and with more resources while providing as much support for victims as possible. So I guess they had a Gold Sparrow response team for screaming pedophiles like Dr. Disrespect.
You got taken out by the Golden Sparrow.
Operation Golden Sparrow. That's okay.
When you hear the flutter of wings, think of us.
You know what? That was my favorite detail. The Gold Sparrow code name of it. It made it sound like a more intentional effort. I know you guys both took lame away, but I took
so lame.
That's
there's
so
like
lame.
5 people. I hope they had brooches.
They're like, all right, guys, week 1, we got to come up with a name. Week 2, we're getting on this. Operation Gold Sparrow.
So that's why it took from 2017. He got banned in 2020. Does that sound right? Like it was,
I don't remember.
Yeah,
there's no way it was.
I thought it was 2017 when everything happened, but I don't keep up with him or really care about him. Like I haven't liked his content for like 14 years. I used to do these video skits where he was training like a Padawan called Randy.
I remember those.
Those were good. And it was like he was also making them where everybody else was just making commentary with no camera of themselves. And it was just really plain Jane shit. It was early Modern Warfare 2 days. And he was including with that like skits that were filmed well and acted well. And there was characters and a storyline going on, and I was kind of into it. He was like training a noob to be a gamer, but treating it like it was Karate the Kid or something. It was fun.
Yeah, as much as I've fussed about him, I was talking to Jackie today. I was like, I do have to give him credit. Like, he would have seemingly prepared speeches for winning a game of Fortnite. Then the background would change, and he'd be in a locker room or in front of American flags. I don't fucking know, but like, it wasn't just him sitting like he always did. He'd get up and walk around the virtual room with good, production quality. And either he has a real knack for making a speech off the top of his head, or he had something prepared. Either way, he was doing more than everybody else was. And that's got to be a huge part of his success. But he was also trying to fuck more children than everybody else, and that's his
the costume too. I'm gonna be honest. I like that costume. I think that thing's fucking cool. And, we always talk about branding. Get your Twitter to fucking match your YouTube. No, that's branding. That's branding. Like he, in a sea of pale-faced, lightly bearded men, suddenly there was a 6'8" tall giant with a mullet and body armor who was screaming at you with that absurd mustache. And it was like, all right, there's no way. It's kind of like when a UFC fighter has rainbow hair or ridiculous tattoos. The next time you see him, which might be 3, 4, 6, 8 months from now in some other show, you're like, oh, yeah, I remember this guy now. He's Rainbow Warrior. Yeah, okay. And you kind of become a fan of someone because they are recognizable.
It's too old for most of our audience now, but Chuck Liddell was a UFC fighter. He had a mohawk, and he had these blue shorts he was called the Iceman. And were they blue flames or something, or white flames on his blue shorts?
Something like that.
My point is, I think a 6-year-old could draw this guy with crayons and identify that guy's Chuck Liddell. Like, I would know what he was going for.
Or that or Mr. T.
Yeah.
Well, he's not black.
You're not coloring him in,
I guess. But my point was, like, Dr. Disrespect's, if that same kid with the crayons drew Dr. Disrespect, I'd like, I know what you're going for.
I legitimately haven't
and
seen
he may have to. He may have to. There's kids everywhere right now with a sketch artist. Like, this is the man.
In
this is the man.
Dude, they should let the kids draw the sketch thing. We're looking for a tall, scary man, like with sharp teeth and mismatched eyes.
Also, he's green.
There's one guy walking around with like a poorly drawn top hat on. He's like, I gotta get out of here.
With 3 fingers.
3 fingers of his stick body sprinting away.
We're looking for the 3-fingered man.
Yeah. I had not seen, I haven't seen any content of Dr. Disrespect in, I guess,
a decade.
It sounds old. I think you were right about like 14, 15 years, because I remember how he'd be dressed up in his getup and then he'd transition into Randy wearing like sweatbands on a treadmill and be like, "You have to keep going to be the ultimate gamer," or like some shit like that. And I remember at the time seeing it and being like, "Man, these only have like 8,000 views," like, which even then wasn't a lot. Then he exploded and got a little too big for his britches. Seemingly starts messaging underage people.
You know what's crazy too? He was bad at the game. Like somehow he went from console to PC, and unlike the rest of us, he just got super good at games. Like I mean, not super good.
Oh,
but
you
like,
think he was bad in the early days?
He was always bad on this controller. Like he was bad at Modern Warfare. His videos would be like, "This is one step above a junkyard quickie." You know,
how did he win 2 blockbuster championships?
What the fuck is a blockbuster? I'm sorry, I don't know what a blockbuster championship is.
He's a 2-time blockbuster champion.
Oh, that's the stick he's got. Yeah.
Yeah. What's he up to now?
Who? Dr. Disrespect?
Junkyard.
Blockbuster's gone. I don't know. He
Junkyard had a heart
eBay
attack.
entrepreneur. Oh, wait, you made that up.
Yeah, I did.
It was pretty good.
He always seemed like a nice guy. I never really knew him.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
That's about all I knew.
Yeah, we're just annoyed by like his presence in our community, I suppose. There was just a Tupperware salesman inexplicably making Call of Duty videos. It was
there was a real high school lunch table vibe back then at some point. They'd be like, "Hey, everybody, this is who we're bullying," and then smaller channels would be like, "Okay, I don't want to be bullied."
So I follow Formula One a lot.
That wasn't
it. In Formula One, they're all great drivers, and there's 20 drivers, and probably the 16th best driver is this guy named Lance Stroll. His dad owns his team. Everybody else in his shoes is worried they're going to lose their seat. That's what they call losing their job. Except this guy whose dad owns the team. Everyone's dad is rich. Every one of these kids is a Nepo baby. But multi-billionaire, that's just one. You know, most of their fathers have a measly like 185 million, something like that. Yeah, fucking barely a pot to piss in. But this guy's dad is a multi-billionaire, and he bought the team so that his kid could live his dream of being an F1 driver, and everybody hates him. He's not even the worst driver on the grid, but because he's such a doesn't deserve his spot, maybe even more, that people treat him differently. Back to Junkyard. He was a preferred machinima director? I forget that was called.
Him and Ken Burns. They were
yeah, and they just had this position above everybody but Hutch, it seemed. And we were all like, it just didn't seem fair. It didn't seem right.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember after that?
Upload space on this loser. He's literally a woman's shoe salesman. This is a guy who
sold cowboy clothes.
He invented the side hustle in fucking 2007, people. Okay. He had all of these little jobs, and Call of Duty commentary was, "Hey, this will be another piece of the pie. Here's a junkyard quickie for you." And I don't care what you do over there, but he was taking a slot away from people who were it
was a zero-sum game.
Doing what we were doing, who were good at it and focused on it. And it's this is his
he'd upload a video, like a search and destroy video, where someone else got a clutch or something. And be like, "That was another quickie." And it's like,
it wasn't search. What was
sabotage? He would upload a sabotage where someone sprinted to the other side and planted the bomb, so you could have a 90-second fucking video. And he called them junkyard quickies.
Mm-hmm. And then, he'd get one kill in the whole video. He'd get one kill in the whole video. And all the commentary was basically, "I don't know why you're watching this thing on Machinima channel. You should go out to my channel and check out more content." He would just advertise.
I hope you like this video here on Machinima. Come on over to my channel. This was just a 30-second ad for my channel, really. It took a spot away from a guy who made a 27-minute commentary where he went 804 in domination. But
dude, I'd always be seeing those junkyard quickies pop up, and I'm like, "I've got a 68 and 0 TDM in my Dropbox. Can you
sniper rifle?"
Yeah, I burned a good story on that one. If you could please upload
Shore Wars won't upload it.
Oh yeah, Shore Wars did everything other than be like, "Fuck you." When you ask, "Hey, I've got 9 videos in my Dropbox and none of them have been uploaded in a month," he'd be like, "Is that right, Taylor? Go fuck yourself." Yeah, we're going to upload it. Never. It's going to be in this Dropbox until the Dropbox service expires the content and it falls into the internet abyss. Yeah, so I do remember everybody being mad about that. But as a dude, he seemed.
That is why I picked on him and led campaigns against him.
I do remember. Yeah, you did not care for being passed over. You're like, I'm doing silly Russian voices, and this guy's not.
There was a point where I was big enough that they'd upload anything I wanted, but then like I'd give them what was the best I could do, and they'd be like, all right, Woody, we uploaded it, but can you like give us a better video next time? And I'm like, well, fuck you, I'm never giving you any videos. Like that's actually the best I could do.
Yeah, I remember like the first.
I was
FPS
proud of that
one.
Yeah,
I think the first FPS
We
Russia
put it on the
commentary
fridge.
was with you, Woody, right? You guys
say
did
it again.
The first FPS Russia video was with Woody, right? The first DualCon you guys did when you started really promoting it.
He definitely was on my channel, like when FPS Russia was still a gamer. But I don't know if
that was maybe the
probably
first
Kyle's.
one I watched, and immediately I'm like, "Oh, Kyle does a good Russian accent." Like,
No, I did it. No, maybe I don't know. I did a bunch of stuff like that initially to try to promote it. I know I did probably a free for all on what's that, man?
Shipment.
No, I hated Shipment.
You did a free for all on Shipment where you only used direct impact noob kills.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah. I don't really remember, but I know I did like dual comms with Woody and with X-Jaws and maybe with Wings and some other people, right away to try to promote it. I think so. I wish I could remember that. I can't believe I can't remember the name of that map now. It's been so long ago. I haven't played COD 4 since they did the remaster.
Can you describe it? What game was it? COD 4?
Yeah, COD 4.
Modern Warfare 2?
Was it the boat one?
No, that Modern Warfare 2 is Modern Warfare 2. I'm talking about Call of Duty 4.
Okay.
Was it Wet Work?
It's the one that's got a congested, like a little Arabic market in the middle, and then It's got a long street. No, that's a helicopter in the middle.
Showdown.
Might be Showdown. No, it's not Showdown. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Zach says it's District. Probably is. In any case, it doesn't matter.
Thank you, Zach.